try to think about the approach on how to start these videos sometimes. Do I start overly positive? Do I start overly negative? I'm just going to start, see where the wind takes me. Okay, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Edu Out, coming to you again a Saturday night for a brand new video. This time it is Eagle Eye, the transfer rumour show, where I talk to you about rumours and news surrounding the Arsenal. I hope you guys are all well. Please do stick a like on this video. Hit the subscribe button where you can, and share the video around if possible. That would be really great, be really helpful. I'm on the road to 10K. And hopefully I'm trying to see if I can get there by around November, tick off this 10K barrier of mine. If you're wondering why I seem a little bit somber, it happens most years, you know. I mean, right now I should be preparing for a preview for Arsenal versus Sheffield Wednesday, and you know me, I'll do a couple of film reviews, get football out of my system for an hour, and then I'll do it. So that video is still to come. But I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in Arsenal in every conceivable way. For anyone who's wondering why I'm so disappointed, in case you're living under a rock, you've been out all day, whatever. Arsenal, over the last couple of hours, have been told that the Aouar deal is dead. So much so, Aouar basically had a meeting with the board, their board that is, to basically confirm that he'll be staying at the club for at least one more season. This after having talks with Arsenal and allegedly having talks with Zinedine Zidane. Ironically, something I said on this very channel yesterday. Yesterday, I made a prediction. I wish I was good with editing, because I will show you the quote. I don't like just saying, oh, I said that. Do you remember I said that? Without actually showing you guys I said that. Yesterday, I made that prediction. I made it. I said, as soon as I heard that Real Madrid are in, I thought to myself, all right, well, they can't afford to buy him this summer. But what they'll probably tell him is, if you torpedo this deal, or if you hold fire for one more year, we'll come and get you next year. It ain't a problem. But we need you to hold on one more year. What was it, 12 hours later? It's exactly what seems to have happened. And then you have a quote from Zinedine Zidane saying, in the future, you can see Aouar donning the Real Madrid shirt. I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can. So the next question, which I've actually had on my Twitter page, is, well, why are you so mad with Edu? Why are you so mad with the board? This is not an Arteta issue. Arteta is the manager. There is only so much that he can do. I have my own concerns about Arteta generally, but this is not an Arteta issue. I want to make that nice and clear from the outset. But to me, this was absolutely an Edu test. This was exactly what I wanted to see from him as a football director, to take control and to say to himself, all right, cool. This summer, this is what we have to do. Now, some people will say, oh, well, that was complicated by the fact that Raul left halfway through the summer. Now, if you remember back to my video when Raul left, I wasn't unhappy that Raul decided to leave, because I never really trusted that situation. And by the way, this hasn't necessarily made me rethink it. But two things I will say about the Raul situation. At the time, I queried the timing. The timing, I thought, didn't feel sensible. You've already started, supposedly, to plan your summer with this guy in your team, with this guy heading up your team. And then all of a sudden, the guy that's heading up your team has now left. and has thrown negotiations that may have been happening completely in the air. And that was one thing I was worried about. The second thing I was worried about, as much as I could not stand the smarmy git, tell me he would not have hogtied this Aouar deal over the line. You're lying to yourself if that's the case. Bruh. I know football has a lot, it's full of money, it's full of underhanded tactics. And I can almost guarantee, because they tend to come out on Sundays, you're going to get lots of bougie people talking about how people have overreacted to X, how people have overreacted to Y. That can you believe the anger? Do you know what? Sometimes it's all right to be angry. Because let's face it, this is not the first time this has happened to Arsenal fans. This is not the first time that we've gone into a window stupidly expecting, stupidly hoping that we would go out there and do something. And understanding, yes, in today's climate, it is not easy. That, yes, that, you know, the corona has affected all sorts of businesses. But we still had some type of expectation that Arsenal would say, all right, we can't buy the whole world here. Maybe we can't afford a right back, although it seems, you know, I think we can have our own debates on whether or not we should have a right back or not, you know, or whether we should have a backup left back or not. I personally think those were possible, but at a bare minimum, you've seen what rebuilding a midfield has done to Everton. You've seen it. Everton are smashing teams left, right, and centre now. Every team that steps up, they're smashing them. Alan, I'll let you guys on a little secret. Alan is killing it for me in fantasy football. I'm not talking about my league here. I'm talking about my league with the boys. He's killing it for me. The passing points and stats this guy is getting. They rebuilt their entire midfield because they understood that was where they were leaking goals. I've said for years, our midfield is exactly where we're leaking goals. Why? Because we're losing control of the game. When was the last time you ever heard Arsenal bossing a game in the midfield? Don't worry, I'll wait. Have a debate in the chat room. When was the last time that you watched an Arsenal game and said, shit, they bossed that midfield? I'll wait. I'll wait. It does not happen. Arsenal's tactics is fill the gaps where possible. Hit a diagonal ball left to Aubameyang. Let's be real. Let's be real. So for me, if you're thinking about bringing people in, that should be the first place you look at. How can we strengthen this midfield? The very first thing we should have done is, all right, let's go down this narrative. Arsenal does not have a lot of money. Cool. We should have been planning from lockdown who the fuck we're getting rid of. Who the fuck are we getting rid of? Who are we getting rid of from day dot? Who is it that is simply not good enough? Who is not training hard enough during the course of this lockdown? Who is it that's playing for their future? So that come the end of the summer, there's no excuses. You have that shit sorted. But there was none of that from Arsenal. Helter, skelter, ahs, dithering. All the things that, let's face it, we've accused Arsene Wenger over the years, and I believe rightly so. But it seems to be a legacy of this club. Dithering. People were wondering, well, why are you so upset? Chig, I mean, you said yourself that, you know, Aouar shouldn't be a priority signing, but we wasted so much time on this guy that shouldn't have been a priority signing. For those people wondering why I'm upset, and if you're a real one, you know this is true. I never said, if Aouar was not possible, I always said to you guys that I felt like Aouar was a difficult deal to make from the outset. I felt like, first and foremost, he'd cost too much money. Secondly, we're dealing with Lyon, who are a club that are notoriously very difficult to deal with. Third and foremost, I wasn't convinced that A, he would come to us, because I figured that the whole world would come for him because he's an excellent player. There was one player who I thought could maybe do a similar kind of job, have a similar kind of impact on the team, and that wouldn't cost the world. Can anyone guess who that is? Don't worry, I'll help you. This young man. His name is Dominic Szoboszlai, or Szoboszlai, or however you want to call it. 20 years old now, I think he is. A guy that we've been linked with for the last 2 summers. His stats, amazing. Plays for Red Bull Salzburg. This guy was begging for somebody to come in for him. For some reason, no one came in for him. I guess the price put them off. His price was 24 million euros. Half of what we were trying to gather for Mr. Houssem Aouar. But they play a similar position. They play a similar role. In fact, I would argue this guy is more versatile. But for whatever reason, we just allowed that to go by. Do you know what happened to Dominic Szoboszlai in the end? He decided to stay. Because he didn't get the offers he was expecting. He was hoping that Arsenal would come in for him. He was hoping that bigger teams would come in for him. He kept getting offers from the likes of, I think Sevilla came in for him at one point, and this, that, and the other. But there were loads of teams interested, just not enough teams that came in for him. So in the end, he was like, oh, ragga, I'm not going to sacrifice a Champions League football for a team that I'm not wholeheartedly passionate about playing for. So he decided to stay. And instead, in our wisdom, we decided to stick with Houssem Aouar. So then in my mind, I said, all right, cool. Even if you want Houssem Aouar, let's not make this transfer window a complete shit show, right? At least make this deal work. Make this one work. You know, they want Lucas Torreira. We want Thomas Partey. Surely you man can't screw this up. Surely. It's impossible. To me, it don't make sense. Even the most sensible of journalists, right? You guys might see me and say, oh, you're just a silly idiot of YouTuber who doesn't know any better. Cool. Even some of the most reasonable journalists don't understand how Arsenal have screwed this situation up. I put 3 reasonable proposals together just on my Jack Jones. I said to myself, all right, well, you lot clearly want Torreira. Torreira clearly wants you lot. We clearly want Thomas Partey. Partey clearly wants us. Let's make something work. Something that's suitable for all parties. So here we go. What we could do is just do a straight drop with a bit of money. Option 1. Option 2, we do 2 back-to-back loans. Say we give you Torreira and 5 million on top in terms of a loan fee for Partey. And then we'll give you an obligation to buy him for 40 million next year. Then that way, you still have money to go and get Aouar if you really want to. Or if you really don't want to do any of that and you're really adamant that you don't want to let Partey go, then sell his punk ass. Because you don't owe Atletico Madrid a goddamn thing. Which one of those options do you think Arsenal, in their wisdom, decided on? It wasn't option A. It wasn't option B. It wasn't even option C. Somehow, it was an option D that weren't even there, where they decided, well, you know, I guess we'll loan him, and then we'll have an agreement to sell him for dead cheap. My man's over there completing the medical as we speak. Only Arsenal can get fucked in a situation where victory is there. Only they can take an L where a W is. They're the only team I know that can do that in the transfer market. Then you've got this Matteo Guendouzi situation. You think to yourself, all right, cool. I sympathize with the Matteo Guendouzi situation because this is a player that we all had high hopes for one way or another. My high hopes for him was that he would have one good season and we'd sell him for a ridiculous amount of money. I've never seen Matteo Guendouzi as a long-term investment. I've said that to everyone that I've ever spoken to about him. I've never looked at him and thought, oh, there's an Arsenal legend. I've always saw him as someone who I thought can earn us some money. If you want me to be brutally frank. So when all this Brighton thing came up, I thought to myself, all right, cool. Surely you man can find a decent club for him to go to. Nothing. They tried touting him. They tried to do everything. But actually, I can understand, because if you're a club that's just witnessed what Matteo Guendouzi has done, not to mention his history, why the fuck are you going to commit money to buying Matteo Guendouzi? I'm really trying to take, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to take stock of the whole transfer window. So then you come to Willian. I don't know why you'd buy Willian. I don't know what message that's meant to send to your record signing and your youngster who you supposedly have a lot of high hopes for. But all right, you decide to add Willian. I think Willian is a good player, but I don't think this is a player that we should be opting to bring in on a 3-year contract. There's a reason why Chelsea let him go. Not to mention, what the heck are we? Chelsea Old FC. But no, in their wisdom, they decided, oh, well, we need someone through, and he's free, but we'll pay him a stupid amount of money because we've not learned our lesson from the Mkhitaryan situation. So we'll just bring in Mkhitaryan 2.0, offer him a fucking 3-year deal for no apparent reason. He has one good game and everyone starts gushing everywhere. What the fuck has he done since? What's he done since? So then you think to yourself, oh, this is going to be a long summer. But then finally, Arsenal are being linked with an exciting defender. Most people would suggest that a defender is the one thing that Arsenal need, because for some stupid reason, Arsenal are the only team that in 4 years have bought 8 defenders and still need another defender. It's their logic, but all right, cool, fine. It's an exciting defender that all sorts of teams are after. Arsenal, don't screw this one up. It protracts. It goes on and on because Arsenal are scraping their pennies together. They're doing everything that they can to scrape pennies together to bring in a defender. Meanwhile, we still not shifted anybody. Finally, after weeks of going on and on about this deal is going to be completed, it finally gets completed. The only problem is now we've left ourselves, 4 weeks left to do all the business that we should have done the previous 7 weeks. But all right, no one wants to shit on any parades because we finally got a good defender. And actually now we're starting to dream that maybe we have 2 potentially defenders that can grow up together and become decent. Little did we know that we're trying to get one on loan in the same window. We're trying to shift one of them out on loan. It's incredible. You cannot write this stuff. You cannot even imagine this stuff. To me, this window is maybe marginally better than the window that we only got Petr Cech in. It's on par in a lot of ways. Because in order to get that deal over the line, we had to sell one of our better players in Emi Martinez. So that we can make a strong argument that we've had to weaken our team in order to improve our team. That kind of one in, one out logic. Now we're in a situation where for some reason, even though for me the obvious signing was Thomas Partey, the obvious signing for the last 4 months was Thomas Partey. The kid has told you he wants to come. The parents have told you he wants to come. The guy is a £70 million player. Bruh, go and get it done. Go and get it done. I even made a suggestion. I actually don't mind this self-sustaining business model. I kind of get it. It's a business at the end of the day. My suggestion was, why don't you just borrow it from next year's budget, and then we'll find a way to replace it the following year. Because I think people forget Stan already wiped our stadium debt, so it's not like he's done nothing. So why don't we just do that? Find a way. This is an exceptional player that you do them kind of things there for. Just go and do it. Go and do it. And then worry about later how to replace it. Instead, the focus was on an impossible signing. And I said it from day one. Did I not say it from day one? People kept asking me, Chi, why are you not really talking about Aouar? Why are you not really talking about Aouar? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? Why are you not getting excited? Why are you not feeling as though the Aouar thing has been done? Every single day, someone was asking me, who would I prefer? Partey or Aouar? Partey or Aouar? I said Partey. I said Partey. I'll take care of that guy. I said Partey. Why? Because for me, creatively, yes, whilst creatively, we've always been looking for someone, particularly recently, even longer, we've been looking for someone like a Partey. Someone who had a bit of power, someone who had a bit of determination, someone that can drive the ball from deep, someone that can drive the team if necessary. Every single time that we play against these big teams, back against the wall, back against the wall. Wouldn't it be nice for some big geezer in the middle of the park to say, all right, give me the fucking ball, and then drive everyone on through his runs? Because let's face it, for all of the Granit Xhaka defenders, you ain't getting that shit out of Granit Xhaka. And bless him, for all of his efforts, you're not getting that shit from Dani Ceballos. You're not getting that. So I never understood why Aouar was the one that people seem to prefer more. We've missed a Partey type more, in my opinion. But in the end, we said, all right, cool, fuck it. We're all chips all in on Aouar. It's not often I say this, but in some ways, we deserve this as fans. We deserve this as fans because we did not look at the bigger picture. Because I said last week, what happens if we don't get him? What happens? You not going to be satisfied with Jorginho, yeah? Because I'll tell you for free, I fucking won't be. Are you not going to be satisfied with Thomas Lemar? Because I'll tell you for free, I fucking won't be. Are you not going to be satisfied with Oscar? Because I'll tell you for free, I fucking won't be. Meanwhile, what's going to add extra salt to the wounds is when I see fucking Thomas Partey donning a Chelsea shirt. And then people telling me, oh, Partey never really wanted to come to Arsenal anyway. Bullshit. It's the Kante thing again. It's the Mata thing again. It always happens to Arsenal. Every time we're close to a signing, we get big dicked off it. And Chelsea love doing that to us. They love doing that to us. So let me tell you something now. When we sign a Jorginho, if this is what you lot want, or an Oscar, if this is what you lot want, miss me with that bullshit. Don't take the moral victory out of that. At least don't come to me with that moral victory. Because I'm sorry, these are players that are not good enough. I've been begging Arsenal. Forget Partey if he's too expensive. Go and get Sangara. Heck, it's still not too late. Go and get Summary from Lille. Go and get these fucking players. You don't need to put all your chips into one bag. That's just the strategy of this club. And in a lot of ways, the fans as well, because the fans should have been demanding more. Demanding what happens if we don't get an Aouar? What the fuck happens if we don't get a Partey? And then people are going to then try and give me some... I know what's going to happen as soon as I finish this damn show. Oh, well Chig, actually, Jorginho was actually the 4th highest passing stats in the Premier. I don't give a flying fuck. Look at the reality. Look at the reality. If Chelsea want him gone, why is he good enough for Arsenal? Why? Please, just somebody ask me that. Just answer me that simple question. Before people did the same shit with Willian. Oh, well actually, Chick, he's this, that, and the other. If Chelsea want him gone, why is he good enough for Arsenal? I'm so drained. I'm so disappointed. And if this is the legacy of Edu, pack your shit and go. I loved you as a player. But this is why sometimes we do this to ourselves. This is why nostalgia gets too much. You know, this is why I love my brother Kenny Ken. He said it straight. He said it straight. As soon as Wenger left, this guy came up to me and was like, you know what, Chig? I don't want a damn person that was from the Arsenal era of any team to come to this club. Because you know why? Because as Arsenal fans, we will get blinded. Not one person did I see say, when Edu came on board, does this motherfucker have the correct experience? All right, he does a little something for Brazil, but that's at international level. Does he have the correct experience? We've blatantly seen that's not the case. Most people were talking about the manager. I asked a simple question when Edu came on board. Is he good enough to lead a recruitment team? Does he have the experience to lead? Because apparently this motherfucker can't close a deal when his boy is in charge of the club. He can't close a door. But we've given him the responsibility of closing recruitment deals. So then we take stock of our transfer window, which, because apparently people telling me, oh, well, wait on this rant trick because in 3 days' time, the world will change. And I asked a very simple question to those people. What are you expecting to happen in 3 days that hasn't happened now? Jorginho, Partey. What are you expecting to happen in 3 days? I take it back. This is worse than the Czech season. You know why? The Czech season, I at least had no expectation will do shit. I actually, for a minute, had expectation that this board would back their chosen one. They had me. They had me. What would I do now? I saw somebody ask that in the comments in the chat. What would I do if I'm Arsenal? And thank you. I see Lee saying, hammer those likes up. Yes, please. If you, to be honest, if you like, I'm not demanding anything. If I'm Arsenal, and if by some weird fucking reason there's somebody watching this, you've taken a huge L in the Aouar thing. Don't take a second one and allow fucking Chelsea to sign Thomas Partey. Go and get him. Do whatever the fuck you need to do. Go get him. Go and get him. You can take one small piece of a win by doing that. The second thing you do, you sell as much dross as you possibly can off the books. Because quite frankly, I'd rather the youngsters play and get a chance than the same old piece of shits that we know are not going to perform. Namely, your Kolasinaks. I don't think Medley is good enough. I'd rather recall Medley and fucking kick out Kolasinac. Just go and get rid of this dross. And go and get Partey at least. And then it won't be an F of a season, of a transfer window. Unbelievable. I'm so angry. I'm so disappointed with Arsenal. And for me, this is not a haphazard rant, because anyone who knows me deep down knows I've been purposefully trying to keep calm. And I let it slip yesterday a little bit, because it's almost like I could foresee what was happening today. And I let it slip yesterday a little bit. The Aouar thing, whatever. Let him back. Let him go. Fuck him. Don't go and get Jorginho for the sake of getting fucking Jorginho. Go and get Partey. If you like, I could even buy into the Coutinho thing. I don't personally think we should do it, but I can even buy into that. I don't want to fucking see Thomas Lemar. I don't want to see Oscar. Who's the other idiots that we're going to be linked with, inevitably? I don't want to see any of these dickheads just casually rolling into the club because we're desperate. And that's for Mikel Arteta backing the board. Then you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And in some ways, I get it. What else is he going to do in his first year? In some ways, I do get it. But actually, I'd have respected Mikel more if he said, come on, guys, I need help. I need help here. I'd have respected him more. Do you know what? I'm with you. I'm with you. I'd even have Dembele. I would. On loan? Fuck it. Fuck it. And then reevaluate our situation in the summer, next summer. I mean, fuck. You just see Man United today, they've completed a deal for Cavani, for fuck's sake. Beggars can't be choosers sometimes. Sergio Hernandez, thank you for your donation, by the way. I appreciate it, my brother. But I would say just go and get Partey, go and get Summary. For me, if it was up to me, I'd go and get them both. Rago. Summary is not a defensive midfielder anyway. Go and get him. Go and get Partey. And at least you've added some muscle into the team. You've added two players who can pass the ball, who can control the ball, and are infinitely better than Granit Xhaka. And don't get it twisted, people. Jorginho is better than Granit Xhaka, but not by much. It's kind of like, a pimple is better than a coleslaw. It's like, all right. Not by much, though. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm so angry, brother. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Not necessarily because of Aouar, because I said that we wouldn't complete Aouar. But it's the way we've placed all of our focus on this kid that deep down we had no chance of getting. Because someone else was always going to come in for him. I said it to you guys. How many times did I say it to you guys on this channel? The kid is so good and has so many admirers that the biggest mistake we made was putting our focus on him. And in any case, he was the wrong focus. Partey should have been the focus. This is a guy that made it abundantly clear he wanted to come to Arsenal. Aouar only made it clear 2 weeks ago, begrudgingly. Oh, thank you for your donation, though. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm going to calm down now. I'm going to try and calm down. And you're right, Pramod. That wasting time is just what Arsenal do. It is exactly what they do. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to do a couple of reviews for Chick Flicks. I'll be back to do a preview for Sheffield United, Arsenal Sheffield United in about an hour. So keep a lookout for that. I will do a member stream tomorrow evening. Blimey, that one should be a fiery one. We'll talk about this shit show of a transfer window. Obviously, me and Lee will obviously be on tomorrow as well to do a review of the Sheffield United and Arsenal game. Make sure you go and subscribe to Lee to watch the actual watch along itself. And then we're going to come back on later on to do the review. And then later on in the evening, we will do the member stream. So I don't think I've forgotten about the fact that there's a game tomorrow. And it is what it is. Arsenal, man, they will always find a way. They will always find a way to let you down. And also, just to let you guys know, Lee's going live now. So go and bombard his chat and let him know I sent you. And for all those people who inevitably come on tomorrow being bat and bougie, talking about, oh, well, you know, can you believe the way people are reacting? People are allowed to be angry because Arsenal, no matter what, will always find a way to let you down during the transfer window. Why is that? Anyway, that's all I got to say, guys. I'm about to get off out of here. By the way, I keep forgetting to mention this on air, but I always put it on in my descriptions. Gunners versus Cancer is a great charity that's been set up by Mike from Laguna Talk, not from Laguna Talk, Laguna Pod. So make sure you go check that out. Great charity. It's got its own website. So the link to that is in the description below. So make sure you check that out. I always forget to mention it live. Apologies, Mike. But I think they're close to their target of 20,000. They do it every single year. So make sure you go check that out. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Take care. I'll see you in an hour.